So when we were looking around hunting, I came across this little number, and I knew I'd found my match. I'm hoping that I can make this be my sweater this year. Well, not my sweater. This actually goes to prove that you can think outside the box. It doesn't need to be a sweater.
Think beyond
when
the
you
sweater.
can do a unitard. So I got started just because this one was a little bit more involved, and it's not really fun watching me sew. So what I've done here, let me get these out, is I bought a bunch of these. This is where all the glitter came from around here. I'm sorry to the next instructor that has to be in the studio. You're going to just be covered in glitter when you leave this place.
Yeah.
So these little snowflakes, they're ornaments. They were, I think they got 3 packs of 10 for $5, something ridiculous like that. So I spread the unitard out like so. And this really stretches. Adam put it on earlier just to see how it looked, and it really did stretch. So you want to put it on first and kind of get an idea of how stretchy it is, because again, if you put it all on like this, when you actually wear it, everything's going to be a little bit more spread out like that. And it's actually good to check in with your sweater, because it might look one way while you're putting it all together, but put it on, check yourself out, or put it on your spouse or whoever's nearby that you can sucker into doing it, and take a look and make sure that the placement's right. So a lot of times it's way too high, way too low, way too clustered together. So with stretchy fabric like this, you can't really glue it, because it's just going to, once you put it on, it's just going to expand and it will likely fall off. So what I had to do with this is I got my nylon thread, and I only sewed 1 point. So that way it can stretch to its heart's content, and it's just going to be held on by one little leg of the snowflake. So what I do here, I was actually being lazy. You don't even have to knot your thread. I just put a chunk of hot glue at the bottom of it. I just balled it up and put it in there. And so like so. One thing to be careful, you guys suck. You got to be careful, I found, when sewing things like this that have lots of, oh man, I'm making a mess of this already. When sewing around things that have a million little arms to hang off of, I found a technique that's absolutely ridiculous, but I tell you, I did this quickly. Here you go. And if you do that, it can't get stuck in the arms. Ta-da! But I spent about 10 minutes before I figured that technique out, because it kept getting stuck in all the branches, and I'd have to untangle it. So there it is. I'll just sew it maybe 2 or 3 times through. And then I go through to the back. Again, this is out of laziness. There's much better ways to do this. If you're doing it right, you would tie a good knot. But in the interest of doing it quick and simple, you just hot glue it, let it dry.
I do think fast is good.
It is.
It just tends to yield the best, most ugliest results.
Again, yeah. You want it tacky.
Yeah.
Hot glue is a good, fast way to get tacky.
And I think that's one thing you could do, is just have a party full of this stuff and then build the sweaters
Yes.
and, time it.
Or a workshop.
Or a workshop. Here we are.
So we're going to
Celeste,
take, yes, ma'am.
NW in the lounge would like to know if there's a photo of Adam wearing that leotard.
There is a photo of Adam wearing it.
It looks
That's something that we
You'll
can
have to
show
talk to him
online.
about that. I'm out in his comfort level. I think that
maybe
he probably wants to.
Maybe we'll post that later.
He probably wants to have a girlfriend someday, and that will prevent that from ever happening. So, so we're going to take this one. I want to do a fur trim around it. I already did one wrist. And again, because it's a stretchy fabric, you can't just glue it all around and leave it there. Everything's going to stretch. So what I'm doing is I kind of measure the length around the cuff, starting at the seam, and give a little bit of extra. Is this the right one? That is the right one.
Well, Celeste, here's a trick that I've learned about doing sleeves, is that you actually take like a roll of tape, like a roll of blue tape, and you stick it in. If it's stretchy, you stretch it around put the cuff on that so that it's like a, something a little more solid.
That's good. Yes, I don't have one right now, so I'm going to use my own arm.
Sorry.
No, that's actually a really good idea. I only have a big thing of gaff tape. My arms aren't that big.
Yeah.
I'm strong, but not that strong. So I don't recommend ever gluing to yourself, but
that's a bad idea.
It is a bad idea, but this is a workshop full of bad ideas.
You just let us know when you want questions because they're flying.
Oh, really?
In.
Serious?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Let
yes.
me get this cuff. Or no,
I
he can take them while I do this.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So we have a question from Jay Murdoch Photo, who is wondering, is this workshop going to include workflow and archiving strategies? And
archiving.
Jay Mark Photo is from Starksville, Mississippi. Workflow and archiving.
Why don't you talk about workflow?
Workflow.
You've stumped the instructor.
Yeah, I usually don't think too much when it comes to this stuff. So like workflow, I guess.
Like how much time does it take to prepare? What's your process? What's your thought process?
Like I said, I really like to do it as quick as possible. I think quicker is better. I've made some of these the night before the party. I've made some of these a couple hours before the party. I think they can be done pretty quickly.
You know, I've worked with a lot of instructors who haven't gotten me the materials I need until the night before, and it wasn't until I'm an instructor myself. We were literally planning this last night. Like, we did not put a lot of thought into this. We bought things last week.
Well, we got together last week and we went shopping together. We had an idea for the different sweaters.
Yes, but we know what we were going to do, but we're actually kind of making it for the first time right here.
But we're also planning about 10 sweaters, which is, you won't be doing. You'll find something.
I don't know. They might be.
Oh, maybe they will.
You don't know what they're doing.
Okay, I don't know what they're doing. I won't speak for them. I'm sorry.
But actually, an interesting point is storage, or what was it? Workflow and
archiving.
Archiving your sweaters.
Most of my sweaters are not archival. But
I was sad when I was asked to do this class. I've thrown away a number of sweaters just because.
I like to release them back into the wild. I give them back to the thrift shops in hopes that other people will find them, and that's kind of how I've archived mine.
Very noble of you.
It is.
Michael.
Well, speaking of wearing them.
Yeah.
I guess wearing them. C. Welsh Photo would like to know if you wear these out in public or just to a party. And Justin Rushel said, do you need any permits for wearing these in certain public areas?
If you are ashamed of your sweater, you don't deserve to wear it.
Although I do like, the first year I wore a really big coat, and so I could unzip it and reveal the sweater when I was in.
Showmanship. Good. It was.
Yeah.
And you gotta let it drop to the floor too.
Yeah, just gotta throw it down.
If you can arrange an explosion to happen behind you as well, while it happens, that's good.
We've got animatronics down. Next year it's pyrotechnics.
All right, so I'm gonna continue adding on to this one. Okay. So I've got the cuffs. The cuffs here. I'm gonna do the lights here. So I've got the cuffs.
The lights.
And what I've done is I just every 3 inches or so I just did a blob of glue, and then made a little pinch mark. So you can see it looks like crap when it's not on, but when you put it on your arm, and I know that it goes up a little higher. Look at that. That fits nicely. Yeah. So if I would have just glued it straight to it, it would have broken right off when I put it on my big arm. So what I'm going to do next is add these little bad boys.
Battery-powered lights are really great.
So these were $6. I got them on Amazon. They are usually at craft stores. We couldn't find them at the one we went to, but they're around.
And sometimes you can find them at the thrift store, just on something, and you can tear it off. There's going to be a piece later, the animatronic piece that has the lights already attached to it, and it's already battery-powered.
So there's
should I start in on this one while you're? Or go ahead.
Which one's yours?
The tree.
The tree?
Yeah. There's a lot of glue in
let me start this, and then I'll just show them a technique or two, and then you can get started. So there's a couple different ways you can add lights into it. Obviously, you can string them. If you have a tree, you can just wrap it around them. On this one, I liked the look of it when it kind of shows through, like that. You could actually cut holes and have the lights poking through. That's what I intended to do, but then I kind of like them just hanging out there. So again, in the interest of doing it quick and dirty and easy, I'm going to lay it inside out, nice and flat. I'm going to get my tape. That way, if I want to reuse these lights, they're not married to the leotard.
Yeah, and I don't know what the heat from the hot glue gun would do to the lights either.
What happened to the white tape? Is that around?
I haven't seen it.
You boys, I had it out here. All right, well, ideally use white tape. We'll see if this shows through. But give a lot of room so that you can shove the battery pack somewhere. and then literally just going to tape the light down at random. So I'm going to start doing this, and Michael will start in on his next sweater while I finish up.
So this is just a demo on basically the sweater that I made the first year, which was a Christmas tree across the whole body of it. When making these, a lot of times it makes it a lot easier, and I didn't bring one, but you can get a board, like a shirt, or just a piece of cardboard, and you can slide it in here to make it a little bit flatter of a surface to work on. But I did not plan that. So but basically what I did the first year was I took a really big woolly sweater or woolly scarf that I found, and just sort of laid it out like this. And I do think that for this, it's a benefit to stitch it in, just because there's so much of it, and this stuff may not lay flat, so pulling it in from the back. But for the purposes of this, you can hot glue it. So that's what I'm going to do. And so just kind of figure out where you want it to sit and glue away.
All right, Celeste, a question for you from Photo Phil. Where can we buy your sweater creation actions and presets? And is there a discount code today for those or for this workshop?
If you want to send money directly to my house, you can do so.
Maybe care of creativeLIVE here.
Care of creativeLIVE. Yeah, go to our website, find our address, and you can just send me whatever you want. We're actually known for getting really weird things sent to us here, aren't we?
Tell us about some of those.
In a span of about a week, I got a Mariah Carey CD, wasn't it? The Emancipation of Mimi? Yes. And it was addressed to me, and I had no idea who it was from or why it was sent to me. I just got it addressed to me, and it was from some lady in the Midwest, and we just couldn't figure her out. She didn't have an account here or anything, and then a couple days later, I got some candy from Japan. That was fun.
Ooh, that's nice.
Did you eat said candy?
I did not eat said candy. It seemed pretty questionable.
I did, and it was delicious.
You took one for the team there.
I'm a team player. What can I say?
So I have a question from Kellen is Rad.
Wow.
Really, Kellen?
Kellen is Rad
Really?
would like to know, where is Mr. Bauer and Monty?
I'm hoping that Adam will make a cameo with this leotard a little later.
Right now, Monty's on the camera, on the other side of the camera. But Kellen is Rad. I'm sure that we can get those guys out here for you at some point.
Speaking of cameos, Mr. Bandana over there, cameo.
Yep. Hey, John.
I'd like to see a cameo by Mr. John Cornicello.
I want you to make
Come on out.
I don't know why you're not making a Christmas bandana right now, but did you? Nice.
Anna.
Nice.
That's perfect.
Good.
Oh, wow.
Hang
Are we
tight.
ready?
All right.
How you doing over there, Michael?
Pretty good. You can see there's just a lot of layers to it, and this is what I was saying, that like pulling it in with maybe some green yarn and just stitching it through is maybe a better way to go, but you can still just kind of load hot glue in the parts so that it doesn't fall down and keeps its Christmas tree shape. But it's going pretty good. And this scarf came with a hat, so I was thinking of actually having that be the top of the tree.
Yes.
And then putting a star on the top of the hat.
You're good at integrating hats, aren't you, sir?
Yeah, apparently hats are my thing. But yeah, I mean, have people done pants and other?
They should.
They should. I mean, it's really about the whole outfit. I like wearing a scarf when I go to the parties and things like that. But.
Well, the thing is, too, Christmas sweater parties, when you're in a house with 20, 30, 40, 50 other people and wearing a sweater and drinking, or not drinking, or eating, whatever it is, it gets freaking hot. So it's kind of nice to think and integrate more of the unitard, or a dress, or maybe you could do like a white trash Christmas and get like a wife beater tank top or something like that. Is that the technical term? Wife beater?
I don't think so.
Can I say that? No. But you know what I mean, don't you? You know exactly what I mean.
Yep.
So speaking of drinking, Celeste.
Tea? That's what I meant, drinking tea.
Code 5, another regular in the lounge. Hey, Code, how's it going? Code would like to know if the cameraman is a little tipsy today. Has the cameraman been drinking? I think maybe we're short a cameraman, so they're
we actually
getting a little bit crazy.
Spared no expense here at this workshop, and I think we have 2 camera operators doing the job of 4 camera operators. So, thanks guys. Good work.
Good job, you twos.
Good work. Good work.
So I have a question. Is there such a thing as too much?
No.
Bite your tongue. There is no such thing.
No such thing.
No such thing, everyone.
Who
too
said
much
that?
is never enough.
Can we ban them from the chat room? That is
Ban
inappropriate.
that
That was
person
my,
right
my
now.
question. That was my personal.
Can we ban Susan from the chat room?
Susan, just out.
I'll take it from here, Susan.
All right, so now I'm just decorating the tree. I like these sparkly pom-poms because they're sparkly.
Can I have a volunteer to wear this? Adam?
NW
Anyone?
just gave me a red star in the lounge, so.
Nice.
Oh,
All
thanks,
right,
ladies.
so here's this situation. I want to put a collar on it too, but we'll get there. So eventually I'd like to have someone starring in that, but we'll see if I can finish the collar before Adam puts it on, right? As you do that, I'm going to showcase some ones that I've kind of already done.
Go for it.
Jen, why don't you come out here first? So this little concoction, isn't she looking good? So this is so stupid easy, and I think quite clever, if you don't mind me saying so, is a Christmas card sweater. So I went to the store and got a bag of Christmas cards that are now gone. Oh, there, it's fine. I got 2 here. So I just got a bag of Christmas cards. It was like $5, and I got seriously like 600 cards of different varying degrees of tackiness. And all I did, again, in the interest of keeping it really simple, I took safety pins. I took the card. Let's make sure that this one isn't already up front. Nope. I took the card. I pinned it through the corner.
Celeste C. Welsh photo said that's just a paper cut waiting to happen.
Oh yeah, I already. Sometimes sweaters need to be dangerous. And there you have it. And the best part about this is you can bring a pen with you. You can even, I would suggest putting it to some ribbon and attaching it to your belt loop because that thing will get lost. And then you can have people sign it all day. Hope you're having fun.
I'd like to know
At
how
my
Jen
workshop.
feels about being signed all day.
What?
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 What's going on?
I signed her card.
Oh.
There you go. So really easy. Why don't you do a little turn? Yes. You can add little tags, like the little Christmas tags down the arms. You are such a good model, aren't you? And hats are another great idea. You can pretty much take anything that is large and tacky, throw a ribbon on it, and throw it on your head. I can't take credit for this one, I think. Did Mackenzie do this?
We've got a couple hats
Did she?
we're working on.
Oh, yes. I'll see those later. Anyway, nice work. Mackenzie, let's see this.
Wow.
So this little number, I got this dress and really wanted to do something special with it. And Mackenzie said that she wanted to cover something with bows and enter this, which my cat actually chewed up. They add their own little touch. Which, by the way, a good way to make a bad sweater worse is to coat it in a nice layer of cat hair. It also sends off the little creepy, crazy cat lady vibe that I think will really put your sweater over the top. So you can just cover it with bows. She sewed these, but you could, because she's, again, apparently didn't do a very good job.
This is why I can't have anything.
But, you know, we can fix that. Yes, we can. I'm going to glue my sister on live television. Bam, there you go. Why don't you turn it around? Check that out. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the best part, you can't just stop at the sweater. You can move on to the socks, too. Let's see yours. I don't know if you can get those, but yeah. Get out of here.
So Celeste, we have a request from the chat room from Good, Bad, and Ugly.
Yes.
If we can maybe in a few minutes show the work in progress of the students, they'd like to see
I would love to show the work of this
how things are
project
coming
right now. Let's
That's
do
a
it.
great idea.
Maybe we can
Let's
do
see
that.
how you guys are doing. Is anyone? Oh, wow, that is close to my head. Aaron, I want to see what you're doing over there, bud. What's going on?
All right. going off of Michael's inspiration of the tree-on sweater, I took a tree and attached it to my sweater.
Brilliant.
What have you got hanging in there? What's going on?
So I just started grabbing random decorations. I got kind of like the basics of like the tree, like the tinsel and stuff. Now the hopes are, I'm worrying about it now that you said that people will decorate the sweater and then you put it on and it doesn't, play off as you would like it to. But the idea is that this bow will act as like a bow tie, like around my neck as the top of the tree.
I like it.
But anyways, I did the technique of the, shoot and pray with the glue gun there, spray and pray, and then I did the safety pins too.
That looks awesome. What's really fun? I made a sweater a couple years ago that went into the trash can, but it was one of these. It was a stuffed tree that I cut in half, just like you kind of saw me do with the squeaky toy. But I literally cut it in half and put one half of the tree on the front and the other half on the back. And it was bulky, just like this, so much so that at the party, you couldn't even turn around. You had to kind of like come in and back out, and get your own little backup noises. And I think that you might have the same. I don't know if it's a problem, maybe opportunity is the right word, but you have fun maneuvering the party in that, my friend. Mike, how's it going?
Pretty good. It's going well. Right now, I'm attaching a moose body to the neck, so I will be walking around with a short little moose body.
That's really
That's
clever.
awesome.
I like it.
Thank you.
That's awesome. You guys, so clever.
The Christmas tree is done now.
Oh, let's see it.
All right.
We'll check in with the rest of you guys in a minute. Oh my, yes.
And then. Wow.
That was so quick. You did that so quickly.
Speed gluing.
We got things to do. We got other sweaters to make. We can't be spending all
we gotta
sorts
move.
of time.